Imagine this. Your website is running normally. Traffic is coming in, users are logging in, and everything looks fine. Then, without warning, your application starts throwing database errors. You check the server. It's online. You check the website files. They're still there. Then you check MySQL. And the database is gone. So what happens to your website now? The first thing to understand is that losing a database doesn't necessarily mean losing your entire website. Your application code, images, configuration files, and server may still be completely intact. The problem is that your application has lost the data it depends on. Think about a WordPress website. The WordPress files can still be sitting perfectly on the server, but your posts, users, settings, comments, orders, and other dynamic data are stored in the database. Remove that database, and WordPress still has its code. But it no longer has the information that makes your website. And this is where people often make the situation worse. They panic. They reinstall MySQL. They create a new database with the same name. They start deleting files or running random recovery commands they found online. That's exactly what you don't want to do. Before changing anything, you need to determine what actually happened. Was the database deleted? Did the MySQL service fail? Did the storage device become corrupted? Is the file system damaged? Or is the database still there, but the application simply can't connect to it? Because if the data is still recoverable, unnecessary changes to the server can make recovery much harder. Now, if you have a proper backup, this situation becomes much less frightening. You restore the database, reconnect the application, verify the data, test the website, and then bring everything back online. But there's one important question. When was your last successful backup restore? Because having a backup file sitting somewhere isn't enough. If you've never tested restoring it, you don't really know whether that backup can save your website when something goes wrong. And that's the bigger lesson here. Servers can fail. Databases can become corrupted. Files can be deleted. Hardware can die. Good hosting isn't about pretending these things won't happen. It's about making sure your website can survive when they do. So if your database disappeared today, would your website come back in minutes? Or would everything be gone? That's something you should know before the incident happens.